I do get that. Welcome to the Wonderland Effect. Today I have a special guest, but before we get into that, please like, share, comment, subscribe, because the channel is nothing without you. Thank you for being here. If you've been here since day one, thank you for being A1. If you are new here, welcome. Please click that subscribe button. And without further ado, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Danielle Banks, and I am a mom first, I guess I'll say that. A mother, entrepreneur. I have two companies that I run, actually three companies that I run. One's a management company called 1015 Management, a youth arts organization based out of San Francisco called Project Level, and a housing-based company. We do like real estate development and resident services called FRH Consulting.
Okay, that's the only business I didn't know about. That's crazy. So how do you fit time in for yourself with all of this?
I have worked very, very hard. And I will say I took no days off for a very long time. So now I've been able to put myself in a situation where I can work from home a lot more. I have a really great team in all of my businesses that I can trust on the grounds. So I work from home. I'm with my little one for now. She's off to preschool. But I'm forcing myself to take time.
Good.
Yeah, I just need to stop and smell the roses because I've been too busy like planning for so long. It's like time to chill.
Do you think it's hard to like check out of the entrepreneur hat? Like,
absolutely. I think about business all the time, every day, all day. If it's a new idea, how am I going to shift something that's going on? I'm still getting calls from my team. So it's like, hey, this is going on. It's a lot of problem solving. So it takes a moment for me to be like, okay, I'm done. Like I can't, keep going this way.
But okay, so just sitting here talking with you, a lot of women that get into like the entrepreneurial role, or for all intents and purposes, I think it's more of you being a CEO. I don't think of entrepreneurship, and I think you're beyond that. I think when you think of entrepreneurship, it's like the beginning stages, but you're at that CEO level where you have people in places and spaces so that you can take that time back. But most of those women are like super aggressive. Like, and I get it. I understand it. That's where I'm at right now. Sometimes I have those moments where I'm super aggressive, but you seem to be more feminine with it, like softer. But I'm pretty sure you got those moments where you get in the room and you're like, I need this now. So how do you get to that level where you feel that confidence enough in yourself as a CEO to like let that control go?
It took a while. I mean, I used to feel like somebody's taking my responsibilities away from me. And I felt threatened at times because I'm like, this is what I do. And I do it very well.
Yes.
And now it's like, I have to let somebody else do it very well. And it took a lot to get there because also you work with people and you realize that maybe they aren't the best fit. And so you're like, okay, readjust, because you try to put certain responsibilities that you need to take off of your plate into somebody else's hand. And it's just like, I don't need you to do it exactly like me, but I need you to do it like more aggressively than I would.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got here by working this hard, and it's like, you need to do the same, like straight up. So when there's people who just like, oh, I didn't do it yet.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's hard not to ask that question like that, because when you're passionate about something, you need people that are just as passionate and believe in what you're doing. And you've had 17 plus years in this, like, so you have all the experience. Do you mentor people?
Yeah, absolutely. Every day. I feel like I've been mentoring young people since 2012. I mean, before that, honestly, like I've been doing this since I was like 19 years old. I just always found myself, especially when I work with young people, I was a teen wanting to lead teens, you know, like even in church when I was a young teen, I was like trying to have church conferences. So I always wanted to be like, how do we make this better? How do we make situations make more sense for us? And I can like guide more people to follow that path. Like that's just always been me. I wanted to be a teacher. So
you have a community, right?
Yes.
So how does it work out for you? Like, how does that fit into your schedule? Because that's a lot of commitment for you because you have your hand on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So in doing that, you know, what do you have in place that helps you curate this community?
I think it's my team, to be honest. Like, I've surrounded myself with people who care just as much as I do, and they help my mission and my passions move forward. And it's in my businesses. So my businesses are surrounded by my community. It's about empowering my community and making sure that they have fair, equitable opportunities in life. So I have teams that literally work to do that and make sure people are set.
See, so they're all feeding off of your energy to feed into other people's energy. I love that because you're creating a legacy.
Yes.
Beyond, you know, life, you know, we never know when that's going to happen, but it's nice to hear that a woman is creating such a powerful legacy.
Yes.
On your own for all intents and purposes. But obviously that community is something that even I have my own community that I'm in, and I lean against them a lot. Yeah. So I know for somebody being in management overall, it's like you kind of have to teach them that confidence to have when they walk in these rooms. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking those questions, is because I've met a few managers. Some of them are not as confident, and I just know, like, you know how you have conversations with certain people, you're like, yeah, this is not going to be, you may not want this pursuit because you have to deal with a lot of no's. So how do you deal with the no's?
Oh, yeah. I think I started at, like, when I was younger, like my brother, he's like a year and a half younger than me. And I wanted to always be in the spotlight. Like, I wanted to act, I wanted to model, like sing. I sang for my church and all that. But when I was like 12, my parents were like trying to get us into agencies, like to model. I did not get picked. My brother did, and he didn't even care about it. Like, he didn't want to do it. And it was like fashion shows and all these things happening, and I was always like not picked. So it bothered me for a long time, because I'm like, well, why am I being skipped over? Like, am I not good enough? Do I not look good enough? But then I got older and I have my children. So my middle child, Bianca, she started
amazing.
She started off at 3 dancing, and then she got into acting. And I mean, we were traveling back and forth to LA, going across the country, just working. And she's done movies and television shows, bunch of commercials. She did a lot, but every part of that process, there was 1,000 no's. Yeah. So every time that yes came, it felt like we felt satisfied. We were happy because we're like, we worked really hard to get here. We traveled round trip 14 hours from San Francisco to LA just to go to an audition that was like 2 minutes long. And then find out, or never hear if you get the role. They don't tell you no. They just don't respond back. So
that's crazy.
It thickens your skin. And then being in this industry, people are super duper talented, but that doesn't mean that they get that chance. No. So that's the hardest one, where people could work so hard and put themselves out there and still not get that big break.
Yeah. I mean, and working with your daughter, like, how do you keep her moral state high? Because those no's can really take a hit at her, and it's personal when it's your baby. So how do you handle that?
She was great. Like, she understood, because she knew about the no's. Yeah. So I didn't hide it from her. Like, she knew she didn't make it, because if we didn't get the call back, we just didn't get the call back. She would be disappointed sometimes, but then whenever she booked something, she was super excited, and it made her day. She just was happy for the process. She loved the journey. It was me and her sometimes by ourselves, and it'd be me, her, and her dad, and her sister. Like, we will all just travel to LA, just try to make fun of it too. You know, like, if we're going to spend a night, maybe go to Disneyland or something. So the process was not just, you're going to go here, you're going to go audition, and we're going home. Like, we wanted to keep it fun. And when she got her yes, it was a good yes. It was always a good yes. And she had a great time, made friends. Yeah. And they treat her like a star.
See, and I love that she has you guys as a resource, because especially with you being a woman in the industry and understanding the ins and outs of it, and also being able to curate creativity, because a lot of adults, and I know you've seen it, they lose their sense of imagination, and it makes them jaded to life. Like, they just don't understand it, because you don't know where you can't go. Yeah. And even with Project Level, like you guys curate so much talent in
Yeah.
one space. Like, how did you guys even start that?
Yeah. Rich was like, he just pulled me to the side one day. He was like we should open up a school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, because people always came to us for advice. They wanted us to help them with their career. And every time we got into those situations, it felt like they're not ready yet, and they need more support. And it's like, this isn't management. This is like, we're educating you and we're training you. Yeah. So we were like, we need to build a school where we can train young people and get them early enough to instill the skills in them that they need to not just be successful in this industry, but in life. You know what I mean? Like it was like, we always practice like on camera work, like how to interview. And that goes in so many directions. We did a lot of public speaking. Kids would be speaking at City Hall in San Francisco for the mayor. They'll perform for the mayor, like on TV, but like all of the preparation and practice were just skills to put them ahead of the game wherever they went. So if that was for high school, that's college, that's on somebody's stage or working for someone's company, they had the confidence because they've been practicing these harder skills that everybody's just not equipped with.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's hard. Like, it's hard being able to speak to people. It's hard to be in public. So you guys are cultivating the next generation of creatives.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of, in the past, they didn't really have those. Like, you had the art institutions and stuff like that, but you had to pay a hefty penny to get into these. So this is more of like a home feeling. Like, that's what it gives me when I look at the content that you guys push out. Yep. When I did my little research with it, it's more of a home feeling. Like, you can be you, not you that somebody else has painted, but you can mess up a million times. You can learn a million times, a million different ways on how to be more creative. Yeah. And I think that in itself, like, I wish I had that when we were growing up.
Me too. And that was part of the makeup of it, right? Like everything that I needed, I needed mentors that believed in my dreams. Like my parents were great, but they were like, get that education, but they were like, they supported my artistic dreams, but they were busy figuring their lives out too. So they just they couldn't really like give all of that attention. So when it came to my middle daughter, Bianca, Ilani, like we invested more into them when we could. And like you said, adults lose their creativity. And I think the best part of working with young folks is
you never lose
it. They keep you on your toes.
Exactly.
I mean, they help me learn how to be a better mom, how to listen, because I work with teens. And so there's a whole lot of patience.
Hey, you know what? I always tell people, because I don't have kids yet, and I am really good with kids. It's not a problem. It's just my own personal standards. But I love the kids that I'm around. And I've been in so many things where I deal with the kids on a regular basis.
Right.
I think I finally gotten to a point where I feel like I'm confident enough to help someone that's reached out to me now. But my niece, she's like 3 years old. She's like, she'll grab my mic and she's starting to get into it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so beautiful.
Exactly.
Because you bond with them. Like, to see their little imagination explode is crazy. And I think when I was younger, touching on the parent basis, my parents were raised in survival, and we got an opportunity to be raised in love. Yeah. So it was kind of like a battle between survival and love when they didn't understand why I spent so much money on education, but I end up in a studio.
Exactly.
Having a podcast.
Hey, this is a great place to be.
That's what
It is because you're creating an opportunity to be heard and then for others to be heard. Yeah. And sometimes people need to hear your story, your journey, to help them figure out where they're going next, or just to be reassured. And even when you're talking about your niece and you were saying like, it feels like Project Level is a home, like our students literally call us TT and Unc. Yep. You know what I mean? Like we are their family. We've celebrated their birthdays with them. We make it a point to celebrate them. Yeah. Just like they spend 5 days a week with us. That's a lot of time of their life. Yeah. And like some of their parents are in survival mode. Some it's hard. So that not only do they need those consistent adults in their lives, but then somebody who's able to listen to them and then remember to celebrate them being just who they are, the young person, and not putting all this pressure like, you need to succeed. Like, You just
The
being there.
definition, that definition of success, and the more I do the interviews, it always changes. I'll ask you what your definition is. It's different with every person, but it's evolved. Like success back in, like, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago is probably buying a house, having a white picket fence. But success now is different. And it's very hard to explain to those that are closed off to that idea. So no, I don't explain it to everybody, and I know you probably don't either. But it is nice to hear that somebody, you know, you're not crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite thing is when I meet somebody, another creative or a successful CEO, and they're like, you're not crazy. You might seem crazy to everyone else, you know, getting off of school and coming straight to wherever I need to go might seem crazy. Doing 24-hour flights might seem crazy for a 2-minute audition.
Exactly.
But the power in learning these skills, I wish I would have learned it earlier, to be honest, but that's neither here nor there. So I think that's the best thing that you've given your kids is like that exposure to what it's like to chase your dreams.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like I could speak to so much when you say that. Things do change though. And like how you're even saying like what success meant to me then and what it means now, they're different. And I didn't realize that until like recently, like the past like 2 years. I'm like, okay. That's why I said I had to change paces. You're like, how did you slow down? I'm like, I don't know when my time is coming. And I have my kids, they're very much there for me or there with me, shall I say, during this process of building. But how much of that time were we just like really rooted and just like family and nothing else? And a lot of times they had to share their family like with Project Level or with our businesses. They've had to share a lot of us. So now it's kind of like I'm creating like a little barrier where it's like you're still very much an intricate part of the businesses, but this is us and this is our time.
That's a healthy level to give them, like a healthy balance. Because I was going to ask you about that too. Like instilling that healthy life balance it can be hard, but you guys are in the process of getting to that balance. So it's kind of cool to hear you say that that's what you've been given to your kids. They're going to have huge hearts if they don't already have them. Yeah. And not only that, but that business mindset is going to be there already. And for you guys to be cultivating another culture in one space, amazing. Right. Like I hope one day, you know, like when I do have kids that I can send them to a Project Level. Yeah. Like I can have them embrace the creativity without judgment. Because I feel like we face so much judgment for just having a dream. Yeah. And it's not to say that there's not positive people out there, but a lot of it's negative. Yeah. We were talking about it off camera, you know, even the way that we look, even the way that we act, what we post, what we share, all of that is closely monitored. Yeah. And I know for you, it's like microscopic. Everybody wants to know everything about you, what you're doing and how you're doing it. How do you separate what you post and what you share from what you don't share?
Close friends? Nah.
You know, no. I don't even go my close friends. I'm not even going to lie.
I'm just really not on social media that much anymore. Yeah. And that's kind of crazy because a lot of my life needed to be displayed publicly. It kept business going. It keeps business going. Like seeing us active, what new campaigns we're working on. I kind of struggled though, like with like my identity in like I want to say like 3-4 years ago, because I'm like, people know me, but then they don't know me. Like they don't know my name, but they knew like my handle,
your personal brand.
Yeah. And then they know like who I'm attached to and who I do business with. And that kind of put me in a place where I'm like, okay, well, like who are you? Who is Danielle? Like, do people know? And being able to share the pieces that I wanted them to see, even working in the nonprofit world. And we were very tied into the politics at one point of the city of San Francisco. And you really have to be careful. Yeah. And it hit a point where, you know, people were like seeing me enjoy life. And this is like around COVID, like right when COVID hit. And, you know, we're chilling, you know, I'm like letting my hair down and people felt offended by it. And that made me be like, yeah, so like, I'm not just her. Yeah. I'm not just this nonprofit, this leader, that helps the young people. I'm so community driven. Like I am, but like, that's just not all of me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have to let that go. So the way I was like, you're just going to have to be mad at me. You're going to have to see me. Like I was aging myself so bad.
Yeah.
Like I was like looking 40 plus like 10 years ago.
So you look good. What you talking about?
Yeah, I had
Like,
to switch it.
good.
I really had to switch it up because
Yeah.
I'm like, I am not a grandma. Like, why am I acting like this and looking like this? But it was the political stuff. Yeah. So I,
took a toll on you.
So I'm like, I got to switch it up. I'm young.
Yeah.
I feel young. So
you are young.
I need to present myself in the manner of what I feel, and I want to feel confident about it. So,
and that's a healthy thing to have. I mean, you've had kids.
Yeah.
Like, yes. You at some point you need to be given your life back. Like I was just talking to the ladies today, and one of the girls was like, it's not my body. Like when I got pregnant, it wasn't my body. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, everything gets moved around. She was like, and I don't get to control when I go pee. The baby controls when I go pee. Baby controls when I eat. Baby controls when I sleep.
Everything.
Baby controls when I breathe. I'm like, dang. And then like my sister just recently had a baby. She said the same thing. She was like, I don't give a fuck what people say. Pregnancy is not beautiful. I was like, what? She was like, that shit is painful.
It was hard. Mine was hard. Both of them. Hard. See, and I was sick the whole time. So it really takes away. And then once you have a kid, it's like, okay, can't just have the baby and you're done. No, now you got to be a mom.
You gotta be a mom. Somebody gotta raise
and
then
now you're literally attached to my boobs. So
like,
my last child, I breastfed for 2.5 years. So
you don't control when you lactate.
Yeah.
You be in the middle of a meeting.
I was like,
you know what?
I was like, I'm done. You've had enough. But
it's like I commend all moms. Like,
yes.
Hell.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say hell no. Like it'll happen one day, but hats off to you, Miss Ma'am, because to do all of that while having babies. I mean, not only is labor like a real process, and you can almost die giving birth.
Girl. Yes.
Like my poor sister, I love her to death. She gonna hate this that I said this, but my nephew fucked her up. I looked at her. I said, "My poor baby." Like he came out swinging. He busted eye vessels. Had her nose all. I was like, "Oh my god!" And
they'll do it.
I love my sister dearly. Like we're so close.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to get there. She's like one of my biggest supporters.
I love that.
So like, he is my favorite.
Aww.
The baby is my favorite.
Aww.
I'm sorry to all my siblings when you guys watch this. I love all of you guys and I love all your kids, but he's my favorite. And it's just because of how close we are. Like,
that part.
To be honest, I'm going to share this. My mom's going to hate this too. My mom wasn't very supportive. She's still not supportive. When I had my very first event, my mom didn't show up, but my sister did. And my sister brought everybody with her.
Oh,
and so
that.
She'll like... come hell or whatever it is, she will be there to come see me.
I love that.
There's not a point she hasn't seen in my life. Like, I think that's like the most important person to me right now. I don't really have too many people that support me that I trust. So having her has been keeping me going because sometimes that doubt sets in.
Oh yeah.
And I second guess what I'm doing. Like, am I really made to do this?
Yeah.
Have you had moments like that?
Oh, yeah. Like over and over again. Just walking into the work that I did coming into the, like for the music industry side of things, like I had big dreams, big faith, like wild imagination of where this was going to go. Right. And I've went through, like when I started, the digital era was just beginning and it had a very slow start. And then when iTunes hit, it threw us off. And we're like, well, what do we do? And I'm like, are we sure this is right for us? And then YouTube came and all these platforms. And it was like we were a little behind. So we were trying to play catch up, trying to figure it out. And then we switched gears. And from Rich being an artist to going into management and just being more of an executive, I was used to working with the artists and wanting to be there in that position. So I mean, things changed and people looked at us super crazy when we started Project Level, like crazy. They were like, how are you going to do this for the youth? Like, how are you going to give them the tools and the knowledge? Like, I know it sounds crazy. It is. It's crazy. But people were like, why would you do this for them? Like, why would you go do that? But yeah, people thought we were crazy. Didn't believe in us. People stopped answering phone calls and it was a lot of doubt, but our friendship, our vision for what we were building was always keeping us focused. And we're like, it's going to happen. It will work. And I'm grateful for my faith because that kept me like, it's going to happen.
I love that.
Yeah.
You said it. I love it. The unmovable faith. As long as you have that, like anything can materialize. Like
absolutely.
That's part of the beauty of building something that came out of your head.
And it might not be the way that I thought it was going to be. And that's what I've had to learn. And even like now, I'm like, okay, it didn't happen this way, but it happened this way. And I'm still very satisfied and grateful to have it. So it's like, you can get hung up on one vision and version of what this is supposed to be, but don't hold on too tight because you never know which way life is going to push you. And you just need to be prepared to go and still take all that knowledge and all that experience with you because it's going to help you navigate through the next phase.
Yeah. And I've had such a big problem with control. That's been the hardest thing for me is to trust that God has the plan and that I am just being used as an instrument. And I mean, even down to like writing out my bills, obsessively writing out my bills, you know, and it put me in a financial bind. I put my own self in a mental financial bind. So one day I just walked in and I erased the whole board. Whole board. And then I just wrote a scripture on there. I can achieve all things through Christ. And since then, like I have no idea how things happen sometimes. Like the money that I needed for things that I have coming up magically appeared.
That's lovely.
The being able to interview you.
Awesome.
Came
Thank
in.
you.
Like
Thank you.
things like that. Like there, you just never know, like that word faith. And I put that in my mission statement. Faith, dedication, and discipline. Those are the keys to any car you want to drive.
And that's like, without it, it doesn't make sense. You're just working hard and like you're running in place. So you got to be consistent. You have to have the right mindset and your heart has to be in it. I mean, sometimes people are like, their hearts aren't in it and they can still be successful, but eventually like, you know, like that wool comes off, like, and people aren't believing it anymore. So it's like, just trying to be as authentic as possible is like, it's going to be key. And I think you're doing great because you're talking to you. It feels so easy. And
thank you.
People are going to be so grateful to be in the seat, you know, like having these conversations with you.
I try to make it as personal as possible because I don't want anybody to ever talk to me and feel like we didn't have a conversation. This is a conversation. Of course, I want to interview you and ask you questions, but overall, I wanted to know who is the CEO behind all these businesses. And that makes us have a conversation.
Definitely.
Not only that, but I feel like God puts everybody in these chairs at certain points in my life to teach me something. So I look forward to the conversations, and there's always a reason behind everything. I never think anything happens by coincidence. So to sit and actually talk to someone, like, I don't necessarily want to be, you know, a CEO as in the aspect of what you're doing, but to hear from a woman that is building a continuous empire with a legacy to teach and cultivate the next generation, that's one hell of a woman.
Thank you.
And that's amazing to hear. I think people need to hear it. They need to hear what you're going through. They need to hear there is a reason behind everything, and that you are in this point in your life where you're you. Your identity is you.
And I love it. I love it here. I've had a really great run, and it's not even up.
I will say, we just getting started.
I'm just getting started. We got
party now.
Things are like continuously changing in my businesses, and you know, I'm learning to grow into other positions where others can step up and lead. And they're doing wonderful, and I am very grateful to have great people around me that trust me, trust my vision. They're invested into my companies, because if they don't feel like it's theirs, then they're going to treat it how they want. So so it's like, it's been great to have solid people around me that believed in me too, you know, like not just as their leader, but believed that I could be somebody great, you know?
I love that. That just gave me chills.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Like,
yeah,
I just had, like, this is just now happening where it's people outside of my family that actually, they give you hope and they give you the strength sometimes you don't have to get up.
Yeah.
And like, even when you think I'm tired.
Yeah.
I really just want to stay in bed. Like they become a part of your why. And I love my community and I love who I'm around because I trust them. And that is hard.
Yeah.
I haven't even reached the peaks that I would like to reach, but I think that's been the hardest thing as well, is realizing that everybody can't come with you. Everybody can't come with you. Like that's been the hardest lesson. And people will use you. They will abuse you for as much as you let them take from you.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah,
it's sad.
It is.
How do you deal with that?
I've learned to not give so much of myself, but it took for me to give too much of myself. To be like, wow, I left nothing for me or my kids or my family, my household, you know, my relationship. Like I was like, yeah, like I don't like this feeling. And then I had to learn how to say no. And learning how to say no used to feel very hard. Because I felt like I had to be superwoman and just take everybody's burdens and carry it with me. But then it was like when it came down to the money, and then like, no, you're taking from my kids now. And it's like, that made me be like, you know what? No, I can't do that. I won't accept that. It's just like, you have the experiences that eventually make you feel like, do you want to go through this again? Do you want to feel like this again? Do you like, you're getting up and doing this and you're miserable, and now your kids have to feel it. Like those were like my pivotal moments that changed me when I was like, I went through this bout of depression, and I was like, I was so hard on myself. And then I was having a conversation with my daughter, and she repeated, she's like, well, I'm going to look fat in this. And I said, no,
not doing that.
That's me. Like not knowing like how I felt about myself was rubbing off. And she wasn't even close to fat. Like girl was like 40 pounds, 50 pounds. Like I was like, yeah, this is me. That's my stuff that she's taking on, because she's just listening to me talk negatively about myself. And I had to be like, yeah, nah, that's when I need to pull myself up out. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people looking at me, there's people counting on me. And it's like, if I don't show up better and not faking it, but like being better, I'm being a disservice, you know? So you eventually have to be like, even managing teams. And there's times in my teams where they are just like not doing their part. They are not providing the excellence that we demand. And I have to be the person that I've built these great relationships. My best friend works with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I got to get out of best friend mode and now be boss mode and be like, hey, like I would be doing you a disservice if I don't tell you that I need this from you. And like for my other team members, I'm like, if you leave here and I allowed you to be this way, you're going to carry this bad behavior to the next place, and that person might not have the same grace. And then you'll be wondering, why do you keep running into the same negative situation? And I've had to be like, this is very hard for me to do, but I want to be a good person to you. Like, I don't want to be a disservice. So I really had to find the courage to lead in ways that felt super uncomfortable. But I was like, but if I want this to work, if I want to be successful, then I have to do these hard things.
And difficult conversations are a part of business.
Yes. Almost every day.
And I wish more people would be not comfortable with having them, because nobody likes to have them, but being direct about them. I hate when people are passive aggressive. Like, tell me what the hell the problem is. Even what I do for my 9 to 5, like I am a manager and I have my own team. I don't really like to BS around. And if I have to do something such as a write-up, like I'll ask them like, hey, what happened? I don't really have, they'll be honest about it. I'm like, okay, well, this is what I have to do in return to that. But I also think like, even with this, like I'll be having to get strict to it. Like, I'm sorry, you can't reschedule. Like, unfortunately, I don't have the time because
Yeah.
I literally don't have the time.
No, for real.
It's become like God put me in a position where I don't have time to play with anything.
Period.
And I asked for it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to complain about anything I ask for God from God, because you can't ask for nothing and then try to dictate how He gives it to you.
Yeah.
So you kind of just need to lean into that faith of it. But I do want to be respectful of your time.
Oh yeah. No,
and as we are heading to the end, I have the final question.
Yes, let's go.
What is your definition of success? And do you believe you are successful?
That's a great question. Success for me today looks like managing my businesses, growing them, but being able to be home and enjoying my family. I have a garden, and seeing it flourish is like, it brings a new level of joy to me. Like I said, I've had the opportunity to finally slow down and just enjoy everything that's around me. So success is being able to still be in a great leadership role, running my businesses, it growing, and then having the opportunity to travel with my kids. That's really important for me, like us doing it together, and then really just building a home that is theirs. And like when I decide to move on doing something else, or when I'm no longer here, that it's theirs. Like that's success for me, is like you said, legacy. And I'm every day working towards making sure that legacy goes past them too, to their kids. So am I successful? Yes, I am successful. And, you know, like being able to not do certain things anymore, me being able to shift gears in business, I'm not scared. Yeah. Like I know I was known for doing this or doing that, but now I'm like, I want to do something slightly different, and I'm not scared. And that's how I feel like I'm successful, because I've proven myself. I've done it and I've succeeded. That's all that matters. Like, for real.
It's beautiful. Like, I love that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I do want you to go ahead and tell the people where to find you, how they can get in contact with you, and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. I am Danielle Banks. Once again, respectfully Danielle is my Instagram. I have Project Level. That's our other Instagram for our youth arts organization based in San Francisco. 1015 Management, and Coco Luxury Hair, which for some reason I didn't even think twice to mention that. But Coco Luxury Hair, Ayo Bundle, wig needs, I got you, same day delivery. You know, that's one of my budding businesses. So I'm excited for that.
I kind of clicked on it a little bit because I need some bundles.
Yes, I got you.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you.
And as always, you guys, please like, share, comment, subscribe. The channel is nothing without you. Bye, y'all.